Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. It's been over a month since I filmed. January was just January. It was a rough month. Nothing spectacularly bad happened. I was just really out of it all month. I don't know why. I don't know if any of you felt the same way, but January was like 6 months long and now it's like February 612th and I don't know where the month went. So I figured I'd sit down. I have a whole box of stuff to share with you guys. This is probably going to be a long video, so make sure you grab a snack, grab a glass of water. Ooh, speaking of water, look at this. Look at this glorious cup. It was made for me by a company called Grateful Heart Studio. She's here in Ridgecrest, and some of my friends had it made for me. And it says, "I drink glitter and piss rainbows." And I think that accurately sums me up. So stay hydrated and let's get started. So I have a whole box of goodies. Most of it is drugstore. I've been kind of hoarding it and sticking it in here. I've got some stuff from the drugstore. I've got Shop Miss A. I've got a couple of more high-end pieces that I got from Sephora. Just a bunch of stuff to play with. I don't know if I have a full face, but I think I should have almost a full face. So I figured we would just play around with a few things. I picked up an AOA brush cleaner in the lavender scent. I'm not big on lavender, but I always like to have a little brush cleaner, so we'll try this out later to see how it goes. I also got the AOA Studio Microfiber Wonder Blender. I got the purple one, and it's really soft and bouncy. I really like this. It's like $1.55, and it feels like the Juno & Co. sponge, and I really, really like that one, so we'll see how this one holds up. So that's fun. And then I've got a bunch of new primers. I've got some new glitters. I have a new e.l.f. eyeshadow palette to try. But let's see. I haven't done really much for my skin, so I'm going to start with the Fourth Ray Coconut Face Milk from Fourth Ray Beauty, which is a sister company to ColourPop. And this is the Coconut Face Milk. So we're going to put a little bit of this on. Ooh, it's kind of like gloopy. Put a little bit on my hand here. Get some hydration. Feel the hydration. Oh God, that was terrible. That feels really nice. It feels hydrating. It doesn't feel sticky. And then I got, so I got the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. I really like the original one. I don't like it as much as the Tatcha one for like under my eyes in my old lady creases, but I do like the original. So we're gonna try the mattifying one. Oh yeah, that feels nice and silky. So nice and silky in there. Just put that in the places where I get a little more oily. So forehead, right under my eyes and my cheeks here where I have some larger pores. Chin, upper lip. That does feel nice. It feels creamy. It doesn't feel drying at all, which usually mattifying primers feel really drying. For foundation, I have a few options for foundation. So I have the Wet n Wild Luminous Photo Filter. Is that what it's called? Photo Focus foundation. I have that one to try. I have a Kokie foundation. This is the full cover foundation from Kokie. I got that at Rite Aid. I have the AOA Studio Buildable Satin Drops. I heard really good things about these from, who posted about it? Taylor Wynn. She posted and she really, really liked that. And usually I have good luck with products that she likes. And then I had one other one. Oh yes. I have the Revlon Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. So I have those 4 to try. What should we do? What should we do? Well, I'm going to think about that one. But let's go through a few more things I have. And I figure we'll just do the eyes first today. So for eyes, I got the e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette. Oh, I didn't take it out of the package. This has some beautiful shadows in it. So we've got these really gorgeous greens and these really pretty blues, which are both some of just my absolute favorites. So we're going to use that today, and I already stuck my finger in it. Good job. And then also for eyes, I have 4 of the AOA Studio Premium faux mink lashes. This is the 3D faux mink. This is Amanda, is this one. So it's nice and fluttery and wispy. And then these are Christine, which look like a double stack almost. They're really fluffy. These ones are Nora, which are more spiky. And then these ones are Molly, which again are really fluffy. And I don't typically wear false lashes, but I've heard a lot of good things about these, so I thought we'd give them a try. What else? Ooh. I got the e.l.f. Calm Balm, hemp-derived cannabis sativa conditioning lip balm. So we're gonna give that a shot here because my lips are dry, living in the desert. So it's just a basic balm. Ooh, that feels nice. It doesn't really have a scent. It's nice and creamy though, I like that. So that's a good one. And then what else is in here? We've got a few face products. Ooh, I do have a new mascara. This is the NYX On The Rise mascara, so I'm excited to try that out. I think Raw Beauty Christie is the one that I saw review this, and she really, really liked it, so we're hopeful on that one. What else do we have? I have a couple of concealers to try. Let's see. So for new concealers, I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Peach. And then I also grabbed the AOA Studio Natural Finish Concealer as well, because I struggle with finding concealers that work on my under eyes. And this is medium to full coverage, and this is in the shade Sand. So let's unbox that. I have a trash can right here. I'm not just like throwing things on the floor for my poor husband to clean up. This looks dark. Ooh, this may not work. It looks kind of dark. So let's give it an old swatch here. It's just in a little squeezy tube with a screw lid that takes forever to screw back on. Oh yeah, that's kind of really orangey. That's probably not going to work on my skin either, but you know, we'll probably find a use for it. And then what else is in my box here? Ooh, I have an AOA Velour Shadow. This is in the shade Holiday. I already swatched this one. It's gorgeous. It's really, really creamy and moussey. And can you see that shine? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's swatch it here. Oh. It's so pretty. I really like that. So maybe we'll use a little bit of that, but I'm not sure. And then I have an AOA Baked Highlighter. This is in the shade Cupcake, which is kind of pinky. We'll try that one here. So pink, but pretty. I like pink highlighters. I think they're really pretty on my skin. And then I have the Revolution Pro Sculpt and Glow Contour Palette, which I have actually tested this one out once. This one is in Sands of Time. So we can see that this highlight is really pretty. Let me make sure my fingers are clean. It's really buttery. And then the, what's that, contour shade? It's a little bit peachy, but I think it should work. Let's see, where can I swatch these? We'll go right here. Little swatch there, little swatch there. See, that looks like it'll be more of a blush on me, but again, it's worth a shot. Clean that off. And then what else is in here? Ooh, I got the e.l.f. And Nabella Noir collection. I got the lip gloss, or the liquid lipstick and the lip liner, and I have the, oh, I do have the highlighter for this, and it is stunning. Let me grab that. That one I have used. I pulled that out last weekend. My company had a holiday party and I did makeup for one of my coworkers, and this came that very day, and oh my gosh, it just is the most ethereal, beautiful powder. I mean, it's kind of gold, it's kind of peach, it's kind of champagne. It's all beautiful. I mean, let me swatch a little on the back of my hand here. Let me just swatch that. Can you see just how beautiful and golden that is. I mean, oh my gosh, it's stunning. So I've been using that all week, and that is officially my new favorite highlighter, and I think it's a limited edition, which makes me sad. So I just sprayed a little brush cleaner on the back of my hand because I can't find my makeup wipes, so this is what we're using. And then what else? I'm down to the last. Aha! So this is the last thing I got. It's the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Setting Powder. I love the packaging on this. It's so pretty. And this is in Translucent Light. So it's just a loose setting powder. I love finding loose setting powders. I like testing them because I have such oily skin that I like things that are really going to lock my powder in and that are smoothing because I'm old. So that is everything that I have that's new to try out. I don't know. I'm going to mix other things in for my collection because Lord knows I have enough of it. And we're just going to play around with it. So let's start with the eyes. So to prime my lids, I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in Fair Neutral, and I'm going to prime my lids with this. I've actually been really liking this a lot lately. I don't find it gets overly creasy or overly drying on my eyelids, although I can't use it to highlight my face because it's really, really light. So we're gonna prime. I have a mirror down here, which is why I'm looking down. So put a little there. And then I have where is I have this little flat Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number. I got it with their vegan brush kit years ago, and it's angled and flat on top. I'm going to use that to buff out my concealer. All right, so now that my eyes are primed, I've got that concealer down, and you can see, like I said, it's really, really light and bright, so it's not something I can use on my face, but I really do like it for my eyelids. And then we're gonna go in with this e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette, and I'm gonna go into all of these greens right here, like Desert Storm, Sahara, Spruced Up. I really am loving those. That Gold Rush color is beautiful. Mojave Mommy, which I like because I live in the Mojave Desert. So yeah, we're gonna go into these green shades. So I'm gonna start with a big fluffy brush. This is my Morphe E40 tapered blending brush, and I'm gonna go into that Mojave Mommy shade in the corner, and I'm gonna use that as my base transition shade. There's a lot of kickback in the pan, but that doesn't really bother me as long as it doesn't get all over my face. So now that I've got that base down, and you can see it's just kind of really close to my skin tone, we're gonna go in next with Desert Storm, which is this shade right here, which is more of that kind of olivey green color. We're gonna work that in the crease. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna work that through the crease. And we're just using the same Sigma E40. I really like that. That's really that super like rich pukey shade that I really like for green tones. And then I'm gonna go in with a smaller Morphe brush. No, I'm sorry, a smaller Sigma brush, and this is the E38, so it's just a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna put some of that Spruced Up shade, which is this green up here in the corner. We're gonna put that in the crease as well. I really like that. That's really pretty. So I'm gonna work this into the outer third of my eye, of my actual eyelid. Just using that same brush. Just really build up that color. And then I'm gonna go back in with a previous brush with no extra product, and I'm just gonna blend the edges. And then for the lid, I'm gonna go in with this bright green right here called Sahara. And it's like a really, really bright, like neon chartreuse green color. So I'm gonna start with that on my finger, and then I'll switch to a brush because with these nails, it's hard to do the whole lid. But you can see how just beautiful and like foiled that is. And I think what I'm going to do once I'm almost done with the look is I'm going to go in with that Dirty Martini liquid eyeshadow, and I'm going to just kind of blend this outer corner with that to give it more of an ombre effect. For the inner third, I'm going to use the short shader E20 from Sigma, and I'm just going to go in and do the inner third of my lid with that. All right, so I really like that shade. And then I'm going to go in with a slightly smaller brush. Where is it? I'm going to go in with the Tapered Blending E35 brush. And I'm going to go into this darkest kind of green shade called Can't Kelp It. I see what they did there. And I'm going to work that into the outer crease and into my up into my crease itself. So we get it nice and dark and smoky. And this brush is a little bit more flat as opposed to being round and fluffy, so it'll allow me to place the color more precisely where I want it. I really like that Can't Kelp It color, and I like that it's a pun. So if you know me, if you know anything about me, you know that puns are life. Puns and dad jokes are my two favorite things. My poor husband has to listen to my terrible jokes and listen to me not be able to get through the joke because I'm so busy laughing at my own joke. Bless his heart for putting up with me. We're just gonna get this nice and smoky and grungy. And then I'm gonna go back in with the previous brush, which is the E38. And a little bit more of Spruced Up. And a little bit of Desert Storm mixed in together. And I'm just gonna go around the edges. Because I want that green color, but I also kind of want that khaki sort of shade in there too. And then last, I'm gonna go with my biggest brush, which was the E40 with that first color, Mojave Mami. And I'm gonna go right around all the edges to make sure everything's really blended. Okay. So we're going to start with that for a moment. And now I'm going to go in with that e.l.f. Liquid glitter eyeshadow in Dirty Martini. We'll open that up. I haven't swatched this yet, so we'll give it a try here. Oh, it's so tiny. Like, look how big this packaging is, and look how small the component is. Like, it just fits in that space. Like, how silly is that? Don't try and make things look bigger than they are. It doesn't work on any level. So we're going to swatch this on the back of my hand. Let's do a little swatch here. Oh my gosh, do you see that glitter? Ooh, yep. Loving that. So I'm going to put that on like the outer third of my eye. And then I'm going to pat it out with my finger. It's not super opaque, but it is really pretty and glittery. So we're just going to put that all over the lid. And then I can go back in and add some more of that neon green over the top. I really love this color though. It's got such pretty like brown and copper glitter in it, a little bit of gold. I don't want to layer it too much because I don't want it to crack. Oh, that's pretty. I'm going to go back in with my smaller brush and that bright green shade from the palette, which is Sahara. We're going to re-intensify just that inner corner right here. I have a really hollow spot right here in my lid, so I like to really bring color up into that to help combat it. All right, so I think I want to go back in with a smaller brush. I'm going to go in with my my Sigma E36 blending brush, which is really, really small. And I'm going to go in with that Can't Kelp It shade again. And I'm really going to intensify that outer corner. This brush is really, really nice if you have hooded eyes because it lets you be really precise and place the color exactly where you want it. All right, so that's a pretty good stopping point for the eyes for right now. We'll do eyeliner and all of that once my base is down. So I'm just gonna go in with my Sigma Duo Fiber brush and I'm just gonna sweep away as much of the glitter as I can. Because there's definitely some glitter fallout on my face. Oh, but look how pretty that is. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so for foundation, I think let's use the Revlon. This is the Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation in the shade 260 Chai. So we're gonna give that a try here. And I've got my little candle lid palette. I'm gonna squirt some of this out on here. We'll do a couple good squirts. And then we're gonna go in with this AOA blender sponge. This thing is so soft. I can't even begin to tell you like how squishy it is. I really like how it feels. So let's brush the hair back here. And let's give this a try. It has a little bit of a paint smell, but not bad. Not nearly as bad as the original Wet n Wild foundation does. The shade match is pretty good. It oxidizes a little bit. Seems to be blending in nicely. It's not super full coverage, but it doesn't claim to be. It says it's medium coverage. This would be good for just like everyday looks, not anything super glam. It's not really toning down my redness the way I'd like it to. And it feels a little, like it looks a little shiny right here, but again, that could be the primers that I used. Yeah, I still feel like I'm getting a lot of redness peeking through. Maybe it looks different on camera, but in real life, I'm not digging it. And it feels like it's oxidizing. So that's not fun. That's not fun. So let's go in with a little bit of the Wet n Wild over the top and let's see how that looks. Ooh, that's light. It has a very light kind of perfumey smell. So it doesn't smell anything like the original, which is good because that stuff was gnarly. Oh my. I can already tell this has better coverage. I do like the sponge though. It is definitely luminous. It is definitely dewy looking, which on my skin kind of just looks oily, but at the same time, I put so much powder and stuff on that by the time I'm done, it's not gonna look that luminous. I just wanted to see how it coverage wise and how it felt. I will say that Revlon one felt kind of heavy. Yeah, I can still see some patchiness and some discoloration on my cheeks where I have some texture. Make sure I get all around my nose. All right, let's hope that concealer can save the day. So we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Again, this is in Light Peach, which looks really light, so I'm gonna go a little sparingly. Oh, it's nice and cooling feeling though. That feels really nice. It feels really cool. It's got good coverage. I feel like I need to add a little bit more just right here on the apples of my cheeks. Because it's a little, like I said, I still see redness coming through. But again, I could just be having a weird skin day. And I do tend to have a hard time covering that redness. And it's not creasing in my old lady lines too terribly bad, so that's nice. because the original one was pretty creasy on me. This one's not so bad. All right, so let's go in with some powder. And this is the Milk Makeup, what is this called? Milk Makeup Translucent Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. So blur, let's hope for some blurring because I could use some. Oh, it has one of those mesh net things in it. I hate those. I hate those so much. Wow, my skin looks terrible. I'm gonna take the little sifter thing out of this because I hate it so much. Where's my little scissors? Okay, that's gone. So now I'm just gonna tap a little bit into the lid. Like a lot into the lid. Oh. I just spilled it all over myself. Look at that. Whew. Goodness gracious. So that's what the lid, the sifter is there for, because this has a big opening. So sprinkle most of that back in the container. Make a glorious mess of myself here. And let's try this again. So I've got it in the lid. And now let's gonna try and set it. So as far as the blurring claim, it's pretty blurring, I will say. I just don't know that my skin is liking what's underneath it. So I'm excited to try this out with my regular foundations and see how that works. But the sponge so far, like I said, I'm not sure. I like how squishy it is. I like how soft it is. I don't know that it pushes the foundation into my skin as well as my Juno & Co sponge does. But for $1.55, I mean, it's not terrible. So I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush. This is my number 7 powder brush, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this powder to set the rest of my face. And I will say, I still feel like my skin looks luminous, even with the powder over the top. So that Wet n Wild foundation is no joke. When it says it's luminous, it's going to give you a glow. Let's go in and we will contour because my face needs some shaping. So I'm going to go with my tried and true, most loved Holy Grail Revolution London Mega Bronzer in the shade 01 Cool. I love this bronzer. And I'm going to go in with my AOA Studio, what is this? This is the F12. This is honestly my favorite bronzer brush ever. I've tried a bunch of other ones and I like my Sigma one, but I actually like this one better. So we're just going to go in and bronze up the face, bring back some dimension. Try and salvage this look. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. This is a Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush, and I'm going to go in with that Sculpt Duo, the Sculpt and Glow Duo, and I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this contour shade, but I don't think it's going to work for me. I think it's going to be a little too red, but we're going to give it a shot. I mean, it's already a train wreck, so we're just going to make it worse. Yeah, that doesn't really give me any shadowing, which is, it feels a little warm. And I like a shadow. I like to make it look like I have hollows under my cheekbones. So we're gonna grab, this is my Focallure Sculpt and Glow Duo. This is in Maui Nights. And I really like this shade for doing, oh, sorry, I'm blinding you. Anyway, I like this for my contour. It's just a little more cool toned and lends that kind of shadow that I like. and it doesn't pull too purple, which sometimes those really cool tone ones can pull purple. There's that. And then we're going to go back into that Sculpt and Glow palette for the highlight, and I'm going to use my Morphe, what is this? Morphe M510 for my highlight. So pick some of that up. Oh, that's really icy. It's really pretty though, but it's a little bit more silver than I'm wanting with this look. So now I'm gonna go in with that e.l.f. and Nabella highlighter, which this is just, I don't have words for how much I love this highlighter. It's so beautiful. And it's soft, and it's like a champagne color, and it just looks so beautiful on the skin. I forgot to contour my nose. What world are we living in? We'll go back and do that in a second. Little Cupid's bow here. Oh, it's just so pretty. I wish I hadn't put that lighter shade underneath it because it's making it more icy than it is. It just looks so beautiful on the skin. It's not really pink, it's not really gold, it's not really, you know, anything. It's just perfect. It is just the most beautiful highlight, and I really wish that they would make it a permanent piece in the collection. So e.l.f., if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you are, please, 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 please make this a permanent item in your collection because I want 5 of them. Okay, so let's do my nose. So I'm gonna go back in with the Sculpt and Glow, and I'm gonna take my AOA Studio F14 angle brush, and I like this little edge for doing my nose contour because it's not too harsh. And I know this is a lot of Shop Miss A products. This is obviously not sponsored. They have no idea who I am. I just happen to really like their products. You know, I like to buy makeup. I like to try new things. And when they're $1 and they're this good, I'm not going to argue with it. And I don't like a heavy nose contour. I just like a little bit to bring back some shape. There. Much better. All right. So now let's do some blush. What are we going to use for blush? Let's take out an e.l.f. brush, or e.l.f. blush, because I have a bunch of them. They're affordable, and it's not the BH palette that I used in my last couple videos. So let's try, let's see, I have more of an orangey one and more of a pink. I think I like the orangey one. This is Perpetually Tan. I think this is supposed to be a bronzer, but that's not a bronzer I would use. So I'm going to go in with my Luxie Duo Fiber brush because I don't want a ton of like orange on my face. And I'm just going to warm up my cheeks a little bit and just blend that highlight in a little better. And I learned a tip watching Wayne Goss, and I always start my blush kind of like on the apples of my cheeks, and I just kind of tickle it on there. I don't like a heavy stripe of it, and I even kind of like brush my eyelashes with it, and I like it. I really think it gives a really subtle, more natural look for blush, which is funny that I like a natural blush considering I like cake face everywhere else. But anyway, so that's that for the blush. And then let's finish up the eyes. So let's go in with a liner. I'm going to use this is just the first one I grabbed. This is the Maybelline New York Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil in Sleek Onyx. And you can see I've used this a ton. I love it. It's this tiny little nubbin. And we're going to tightline my eyes. And just be careful when you're doing that you don't stab yourself. You're not pulling on your eyelid too hard. I'm literally just lifting my lid up so I can see it in my mirror right here. And then I'm going to bring it right up into my lashes so I can smoke that out. Then I'm going to take a Sigma, what is this? This is the E15 flat definer brush. And I'm just going to smudge that eyeliner into my eyelashes. Because I'm going to do false lashes, so I want something that will help hide the lash band. I should probably wipe that off my hand. Wow, that brush cleaner, I mean, you're probably not supposed to use it on your skin, but it took the makeup right off my hand, so that's cool. So let's get some lashes going, because those need to sit for a minute before we pop them on. So I'm going to go ahead and get those started. So let's see what lashes I want to use today. Why don't we use Amanda? Because, you know, why not? They named them after me, so we're going to use them. Let's just kind of fit these to my eye here and see how they work lengthwise. Those look like they should be okay. I'm just going to trim the very inner and outer edges because they do have like a little tab that sticks out. So I'm going to just trim that off. And I'm being careful not to cut the lash itself. And this actually has this weird long spike right here. I'm going to cut that off too. There. So now it's got a little bit of a shorter piece on for the inner corner. I'm going to go in my Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, and I'm going to get these prepped, and then I'll be right back and we'll work on the rest of the face. All right, so lashes are set aside, glue is setting. I want to let those sit for a minute or so to let the glue become tacky, because otherwise it's just going to slide around when I try and put them on. So I'm going to finish up my lower lash line. I'm going to pop on the Maybelline pencil in my lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with my flat pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with the darkest green from the palette, which is Can't Kelp It. I'm going to get a little bit of that on the brush, and I'm going to smudge that right up on my lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a bigger round pencil brush. This is the E34, and I'm going to go in with Desert Storm, which is that khaki sort of color, and I'm going to blend out. And then into Spruced Up, which is that green in the corner right here, just to make it a little more green in the bottom. And then my Sigma E35, which is that more flat blending brush. I'm just going to smoke it out. Make sure there's no harsh lines, everything's blended. All right, so now we need an inner corner highlight. Let's find my little pencil brush here. This is my Sigma E30 pencil brush. And I'm going to take this, should I do a bright gold? No, we're going to go into Sun Yourself, which is this light kind of champagne gold color. I'm going to pop that in my inner corner. Ooh, wow, that mixed with that green and it made a really cool color. Oh yeah, that was a good choice. And I'm going to drag that under the lower lash line in the inner third. That is so freaking pretty. And then a tiny little bit under the brow bone. Okay. So now let's pop up some mascara. So we're going to go with the NYX On The Rise mascara. All right, so this is the component. It's all hot pink. Pull out the wand here. Ooh, it's a spiky bristle wand. I really like wands like this. So let's see how it does. I can feel it grabbing all of my lashes. Oh, I have a feeling I'm really going to like this mascara. It's really like volumizing them because it's catching every little hair. And it's fanning them out too. Can you see the difference? I I'm really liking this so far. Let's hope that it doesn't clump and flake and get all over my face. That is a really nice mascara. It's a little scary on the lower lash line though, because it's so spiky. It's a little scary. So I don't like that for the lower lashes. I really like it for the top though. So I'm gonna go with a different mascara for my lower lashes. But first let's pop on these falsies and see how they do. Wow, those are really long. Huh. So those went on really easy, but they are really, really long. And I think I let the glue dry a little too long. But they're really pretty. They're just really freaking long. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I like how long those are, but we'll leave them on. We'll see if it grows on me. Although this one's a little wonky, so I'm gonna put a little more glue on it here. All right, lashes are on. Not sure how I'm feeling about them. They're really long, like really long. I feel like I can feel them touching up here, but we'll see. For my lower lashes, I'm gonna go in with this Petite and Pretty Fully Feathered Volumizing Mascara. I got this in my BoxyCharm, and I really like this on like natural days. So I'm just gonna do this on my bottom lashes. You can see it's a really soft wand. It's not spiky at all. And the formula is more creamy than the NYX one. I need a mirror. I realized in my last video that you guys kept looking at the top of my head while I was leaning close to look in this mirror, so I'm gonna use this one. All right, much better. Okay, so now let's do brows. Do I have a new brow product? Ooh, I do. I have the L'Oreal Micro Ink Pen. This is a gift from my friend Cicely. This thing scares me, but we're gonna give it a try. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And yes, I can absolutely feel those lashes like tickling right under my brows, and it is the weirdest feeling. So let's give this little thing a try. You can see it has these little prongs on it. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of brow hair, so this is scary. Okay, so it's not laying down too much product, which is nice. It is nice and dark, but I definitely feel like I'm gonna still need to go in with a brow powder or something because I need to create a shape because I don't have much shape to my brows. Okay, so that's gonna take some getting used to. So I'm just gonna go in and do my brows like I normally would. I'm gonna take my little bitty Sigma small angle E65 brush and my brow powder, and I'm just gonna finish up my brows. Okay, so I don't have a new brow gel. I'm just gonna go with my Anastasia Dip Brow Gel and put my brows into place. And then lips. So we're gonna use the e.l.f. and Nabella collab for lips. It's a lip liner and a liquid lip. So we're gonna do that. I love e.l.f.'s liquid lipstick formula. It's so comfortable to wear. And this shade's a little more peach than I usually go for. I usually like a pinkier nude, but I feel like this works with the eyeshadow really well. Okay. So I think I think that's just about everything. I just need to use some setting spray. Do I have anyone out? Do I have any setting spray? I don't. So I'm just going to go in with my Gerard Cosmetics. This is my Slay All Day. This is in the peach scent. And grab my little fan, and we're gonna set it in place. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Oh, that eyelash is a little wonky, but that's fine, whatever. I'm just gonna take it off in a minute. I do feel like my lips need a little more definition. I need like a darker lip liner. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna grab, this is my NYX lip liner in, what is this called? Earth Tone. This is like my favorite brown lip liner. You can see I've used it a bunch, and I'm just gonna kind of darken the edges just a little bit. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of gloss over the top. This is my Iconic London gloss in Love Struck, which is like one of my favorite lip glosses. It's a little bit of pink, so it should balance out the more orange and blend the lip liner in. It's much better. Okay. All right, so that is everything. That's my lip look done with mostly affordable products, aside from, I think the only high-end product I used was the Milk powder, and it was smoothing. I don't know how I like it with the combination of other things I had on my face. I'm excited to try the Wet n Wild foundation again on its own instead of being layered over that, what was that one? What was it? Did I lose it? Did I lose my mind? Yes. Oh, this is with the Revlon. I wasn't a big fan on this. Again, it could be the products that I put under it, so I'm going to have to keep testing it out and see how, see what other products I can use it, because sometimes, the things you use on the base can really does affect the foundation. So it could be the primer I used. It could have been the coconut milk cream that I used on my skin from 4-3 Beauty, but overall, there wasn't anything that I really hated of what I tried. I really, really like that mascara for my top lashes. I'm really excited to keep using that. And yeah, so that's everything for my first impression. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this was fun. I'm sorry it was so long. I just don't know how to make them shorter because I just like to talk. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking with me. Hello to my new subscribers. I really love seeing my numbers grow. It's been such a fun journey so far. And thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. What are we gonna do now? I forgot. We're gonna drink a drink of water, first of all.